Hello guys, and we're live. Hello guys, welcome to the Barça Buzz live coverage of the Getafe match. And right now on the screen, we have the formations and the announced starting lineups of both the teams. So yes, guys, what do you think? Any expectations from the match or anything? Well, we have one person with us, and now there's a live chat of four. How's it going, guys? What's the expectations from the match? Go ahead. Uh, don't feel shy. We had published an article uh, about the current match, so we're gonna upload that in a few moments. So right here is the article. It was written by Ryan, a person of our team. So yes, if you haven't read it already, let's take the liberty of doing it together. Match day 3 of La Liga sees us face up against Getafe, and it's at home, so we're gonna collect some of those ticket revenue. So yes, this is the last match before the international break, and Getafe is indeed a horrible team to play against. They use a lot of tactical fouls, and last time I remember seeing Ansu Fati being bullied by Neom, so that's not very good to see. And they're very, yes, Atul Hilal, welcome. Yes, Barça, Forza Barça. And yeah, last time Naeem bullied Ansu Fati, used a lot of tactical fouls to injure him gravely. And yeah, they don't necessarily come it forward, they're not very tactically sound, and they use a lot of dirty tactics to basically stick in the game because they know that they don't stand a chance otherwise. Not, I don't mean to sound very, how do I say, overconfident, but still, it is what it is. And as far as Getafe's preseason went, it ended up going fairly well. Of course, the opponents weren't elite teams. But in terms of preparations for the new season, they did pick up some decent results, winning 2-1 against Rennes and 2-0 against Brighton. It was a good match. If you guys hadn't seen it, I'd highly recommend. So, it was very interesting to see how a very defensive-minded team like Getafe netted 2 goals in both the matches. I'm hoping that we might keep a clean sheet, but with Longley in the defense this match, it's not very probable, but we'll see. And yeah, things haven't been so promising for them this actual season. They started their first La Liga game losing 1-0 at Valencia, then following up with a 1-0 loss to Sevilla. But Sevilla is a very strong team, as we all know. They're serious title contenders this season with the transfer window they had. And yeah, what about the players to watch today? Who should you focus on? Obviously, the most obvious player to watch is Carlos Alenia, a La Masia gem. And what do you guys think that regarding Koeman's physical midfielder needs? Do you think that Alenia could definitely be the one he was looking for? Well, it was a very sad thing then. You should say Muji, then FCB will win. Well then, Atul, Muji. What does it mean though? Let me know in the live chat what does it mean. And yeah, definitely Carlos Alenia. You should definitely focus on him. La Masia never disappoints, very rarely disappoints. But for a number of different reasons and situations, Alenia couldn't continue at Barca, so he's on loan. He was on loan, then he was sold permanently to Getafe. He was a central midfielder who was the favorite of our of the head of our analytics team, Kai. So yeah, he can give us problems today. And the Getafe goalkeeper, well, against Barca, all goalkeepers turn into prime Buffon. But yeah, David Soria, he's something special. And yeah, as Ryan has also written, he always seems to turn into prime Neuer when we face him. Especially now without Lionel Messi, we will have to be 100% clinical. Being clinical is something which we've lacked even this season, especially in the last match with Brathwaite missing the sitter. It was very unexpected of him to have that kind of a miss last match, especially after his phenomenal performance in our debut league game. But it is what it is. He missed a sitter, and we cannot afford to make those same mistakes today, especially with Getafe's rock solid defense, which also relies on a lot of tactical fouls. So yeah, we have to be very, very clinical today. So yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's don't underestimate Getafe. This is the tweet when we sold Alenia permanently to Getafe. Yeah, recent results. Our last two meetings with Getafe came in the last season's La Liga campaign. One at the very beginning of the season where we fell to a disappointing 1-0 loss away from home. After a lackluster performance, the winning goal came from the penalty spot. We had our chances and created many opportunities, but we failed to take advantage of them, which, as mentioned before, is something we cannot afford to do now. Our most recent game against them at Camp Nou, where we managed to perform a lot more convincingly than the previous game, a brace from Leo Messi helped us thrash them on the night 5-2, improving our chances of winning the league. A performance like that is very well needed for today's game, but of course we don't have Messi. Yeah, and yeah, last season, as I say every match, that last season we unfortunately we underperformed in many games in the beginning, so Atleti had a huge head start since the very beginning, since we bottled so many games initially. So when it came to a neck and neck title race in the end, every it cost us a lot, because even in the end we bottled a few games, but in the end all the three teams bottled important games. But since Atletico had that much of a head start in the beginning of the season, they didn't suffer as much as we did, being the champions. So yeah, that was basically our um, article for today's game. So yes, guys, what do you think? What's your expectations from today? What do you think of the lineup, especially? There was a lot of debate in on football Twitter that should Coman have used a back three or a back four? Well, I personally am a very I enjoy attacking-minded football, so I'm definitely with his decision of going with a back four, because Getafe rarely commit forward. You can even see in their formation that they've taken another defensive approach. Nothing new, nothing unusual. So yeah, uh, it's nothing unusual. They don't commit much forward, so I would think that if we went for a three center back formation, it would be a waste of a resource up front. The only thing I'm expecting new today is that Griezmann gets a more defined role than he got last match, because last match halftime analysis we pulled out the heat maps and the pass maps of Griezmann. It showed that he had movement all over the pitch, almost everywhere. However, when it came to actually putting in key passes, he had zero key passes. But yeah, when it came to pass maps, it was a very different story. Where you from, bro? I'm from India, Atul. I'm from India. And yes, So basically, last match, Griezmann's heat map was all over the place, which means that he ran around the entire field, but he had little to no contribution to the actual attacking build-up. Another thing which was very interesting to see is that his mean position was way below than what should be an attacker's. I mean, he's one of our great assets in defending because he tracks back a lot and he actively takes part in defending counterattacks. But last game it was just too much. He had very little involvement up front, and he spent most of his match uh, down below defending, which resulted in the opponents having a much higher defensive line and ours being much lower because, as you know, many coaches say that forwards are the first line of defense, and it was exactly what we saw last day. The right back for us had to cover a lot more ground because Griezmann was basically floating around. He uh, he never has he never has a winger profile, so he never really provides the width. But last game he didn't even have any little to no role in the attacking build-up. So yes, that's what I don't want to see today. I want him to assume the role of the lead attacker since now Messi is gone. His favorite position is left unoccupied. So I do expect him to drop a banger of a performance. I don't judge players based on one or two matches, so I'm definitely hoping that today's match he's gonna perform a lot better and he's gonna work on his mistakes. So yes, let's see. We're gonna see. As for Martin Brathwaite, the only complaint I have had from him last match was his lack of clinical finishing, due to which we uh, had a draw. He had an easy chance, he missed a sitter. And also, we should have won because Araujo's goal was a legitimate goal. It was unfortunately disallowed. But it is what it is, we cannot do anything about it. We cannot do anything about it. So, guys, today we don't have any special guests, so if you guys would be active in the comments, it would be really a blessing. Look at Getafe's lineup, for instance. Alenia will be one of the sole width providers up front on the right wing. He's gonna be actively involved in our attack, in their attack. So he's gonna give a hard time to our defenders. Let me see, guys, if I can snag one of my friends to come in as a guest. And yeah, looks like we're gonna have a guest right now. You guys might know him from the previous podcasts. He's Vinayak. So yes, gonna be a better match now. It's gonna be a better experience for everyone right now. He's also very well versed in football tactics, much more so than me. I'm not that well versed in tactics, so yeah, I just know the bare minimum, but he indulges in it actively. Let's see if he joins. Also, guys, Ilash Moriba to Leipzig confirmed, pretty much. So that's a very good sign. And about that, Joshua Kimmich had something to say on Twitter today. He said that agents don't really involve with what players want that much. They just see how to make the most money. So a player should first and foremost listen to his heart as to what he wants and not be influenced that much by his agents. Could it be a youngster's message to another youngster? We would never know. Maybe he hinted because Ilash Moriba is very active on social media, as we all know, just like Kimmich. So yes. And guys, it looks like Memphis Depay has tweeted. Looks like Memphis Depay has tweeted. I'm gonna show his tweet right now. Back again, I used my back against the wall. Never called on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God. He's done miracles on me. So yeah, aspiring rapper. Getting a lot of hate here. Uncalled for hate. So yeah, back again. I used my back. Basically, he looks very confident going into the game, which is always a good sign. Why don't we just scroll some football Twitter? Let's see what you guys have to say on Twitter about the starting 11 against Getafe. Roberto, Vapuch, Demir, and Nico just tells everything about Kauman's tactics. A lot of Kauman hate going in. Except Depay, Araujo, Emerson, FDJ, and Busi, Mats a substitute. All other washed out Deadwood. Oh, come on. Unnecessary slandering of players 24/7. I don't support this. Neither should you. You should respect our players except if they directly harm the club. In case of Moriba, even we don't know what exactly the situation was, whether how much of his parents and his agents had a hand in his unrealistic demands from Barça. So yes, don't actively hate on players. Yeah, a lot of people are really disappointed with Roberto. And what do you guys think about Coutinho, by the way? What do you guys think? Redemption season for him or no? He's not starting. Uh, Probably because of the jersey fiasco. So yeah. People are saying Demir or Gavi should have started. I don't disagree, not at all. And yeah, a lot of people have also been saying to go for a dual center forward formation with Griezmann as a central attacking midfielder. Basically, about me, what my personal opinion on this formation is that number one, Roberto as midfielder isn't Barca standards, but he's not that bad. And if worst comes to worst, I'm expecting that Koeman will take a necessary substitution to substitute Roberto out. Definitely Frankie de Jong and Busquets combination in the midfield is deadly for any team on the planet. And as for the forwards, I don't think our attacking approach will look as it looks on paper, just like last match. Griezmann won't be seen anywhere near the wings. He's gonna assume a more of central, deeper role. And Brathwaite and Depay are gonna alternate as the two front center forwards. Frankie de Jong, as usual, is going to play his box-to-box midfielder role. And what's going to be interesting to see is how Emerson Royal manages to cope with Griezmann's absence on the right wing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he does as the sole width provider on the right side when we attack. We've obviously got a solid centre back in Araujo, but Longley is a different cup of tea, to say the least. Alba has, contrary to what people on Twitter have said, that Alba wasn't productive enough last match, I would argue to say that Athletic Bilbao, being a very cohesive team, were intercepting all the crosses which Alba made. Alba made a lot of crosses. He was isolated alone on the left flank often, and we saw him getting the ball from the right, a long ball from the right, and then crossing it in. But unfortunately, we even addressed the issue at halftime that Athletic Bilbao, being a very cohesive team, they were all close together like a phalanx, like a Greek phalanx. They defended and attacked, so there weren't any spaces to be exploited centrally, especially inside their penalty box. So whenever Alba crossed in, all his crosses were intercepted. He really had nothing to do. I don't see what you guys expected him to do. We obviously said that the only way to battle this issue would be to look for spaces by attacking in the center, making them creating space basically so that they don't commit to one side, because whenever we were reliant on the flanks, which was like 90% of the entire game, they committed with all 11 men onto one flank, and then when we switched the ball to the left, they just did that again. But it wouldn't be the case if we attacked centrally, because through the center with link up plays, 1-2s, and a lot of vision which Busquets has ample of, we could have created a lot of spaces. And yes, even in the game, this was proven true. There were two instances in which Busquets led the counter attack, in which there were a lot of exploited spaces and we created some lethal chances. Unfortunately, neither of them, or actually one of them, weren't fruitful. But yeah, most of the match Busquets was very defensive, very far back, and we were mostly reliant on the wings. And Griezmann as a central attacking midfielder, that's basically what his role was. He was really absent. He wasn't available when his teammates needed him, and yeah, he was floating around, God knows doing what. And our friend Pulkit, who isn't here with us today, he he made a lot of fun of Griezmann. So yeah, that's it. So last match was, I would say, it was a lesson for us. Nothing more, nothing less. It's early on in the season. We can afford draws, not losses against teams like Getafe. However, we can afford some draws if that means that Koeman will get what he's looking for, which is insight into how the team's performance is, what the team likes, what certain players like, which roles they want to play in, and to provide a designated role to Griezmann. As we saw, he was given a lot of freedom last match, but he couldn't really use it to his advantage. He looked lost, he looked confused. So yeah, I think it's time for Coman to do the thinking for him, experiment some more with him. I don't necessarily expect Griezmann to perform, to drop a 10 out of 10 like his peak at Atletico. I don't expect that kind of performance from him today. All I expect is a designated role for him, just a designated role, so that he has a function in the team. Whether it works or it doesn't, whether his role suits him or not, that's a secondary question. Because last match, he was completely lost. He was invisible most of the match, and you guys saw the heat map, you guys saw the pass maps. His heat map was all over the field, and his pass maps barely had any dots on it. So yes, he was not at all involved in the play, but he was roaming around, running around everywhere, tracking back, making defensive plays. So I just want to see him have a role. Whether it works or not, we're gonna see as matches go. Maybe 3 or 4 matches of experimenting on Koeman's side. So yeah, nothing else to say. Roberto would be interesting to watch, because as a midfielder he isn't as bad as he is as a right back. The match shall kick off in about 25 minutes. Let's see if they're showing the players warming up or anything. By the way, Arsenal whooped last night by City. Not surprising, but still was fun to watch. I still think that Chelsea is a more organized team than Manchester City, though. Crazy transfer window, eh? Certain Argentinian won the Copa, and now the gods have decided to alter the timeline. Also, MTV is shit. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, it's absolutely bollocks. What, what, what the hell are they showing? Like, what even is this? I hate it. MTV doesn't deserve La Liga rights. Feel free to talk in the comment sections. Guys, do you think it's that outrageous that Roberto started over Gavi or someone else? Do you guys? Of course, Pooj won't get minutes. We all know that. We don't even expect that anymore. We don't even expect that. By the way, Ter Stegen and Coutinho are back. You guys might have seen. But yeah, they look fit and fine to go. Fatih's back too, but it's gonna be a while till he actually plays. He actually gets some game time. Fairly disappointing are one of our most promising youth aspects being out with an injury for so long. And yeah, you guys know that La Liga has decided to postpone the Sevilla and Barça after the CONMEBOL international fixtures. That's probably gotta be the most impactful news of today. That's gotta be it, aside from the Moriba news. You guys wanna see Pedri enjoying his vacations? Here it is. Here's Pedri enjoying his vacations. This guy can't stop playing. You guys know the story about Ronaldo when he got visited. There was no juice, and apparently post-match he just wanted to continue swimming, working out, and there was no juice or anything. There was just water, He's that committed to fitness. Ronaldo right now isn't the greatest player in the world, but you have to appreciate his commitment to fitness, and even at his age, the performance he pulls out. We're lucky to be watching the game in their era. And yeah, Jandro is back to Barca B. Jandro, in my opinion, better than Nico, but I'm not comparing. I mean, of course, I'm comparing, but I don't promote unhealthy competition. I just personally think that he would suit the Busquets role more than Nico. And yeah, this is the Moriba news we were all talking about. Laish Moriba's environment confirms that he only wants to go to Leipzig and that Spurs is not an option for him. Barca are asking 15 to 20 million euros and are waiting for an official offer from the Germans. This guy's this guy's so problematic. To say the least, he's problematic, yeah. His demands just don't end. Whether it's his demands or his agents, we don't know. And yeah, Coutinho continues with the number 14 jersey. Yeah, these a very iron-handed decision taken by Joan Laporta. Take a quick screenshot of this news. And as for the Laporta hate, we addressed that in the first episode of our podcast. That we don't necessarily think that it was a bad decision on his part, not that he had many, and not everything is black and white. That's what we address the most. Yeah, as for yeah, all day there's been Moriba news. Yeah, and this deserves a shout out as well. This piece of news. Definitely, Alenia has always been a treat to watch. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this too. This is the Alenia news. I do expect from the bottom of my heart to for them to have a spectacular performance, because once you're associated with Barca, you're always associated with Barca. In my heart, they'll always be treated as La Masians. I don't want Getafe to win, but I do want them to play spectacularly, uh, especially Alenia and Sandro Ramirez. Tuto Sport, though not very reliable, say that Ronaldo's departure has cleared up salary space at Juventus, and Pjanic is one of the options for them to strengthen the midfield. Allegri wants another midfielder. Pjanic won't hesitate at all to return to his former club. Well, this would certainly fix our number 10 jersey fiasco in the club right now. And another thing is obviously clearing up the wage bill. The wages of the players are the prime reason as to why other clubs aren't signing them, because everybody knows that nobody's stupid, that they know that Bartomeu has given them unrealistic wages. 10 minutes till the match broadcast starts. I'll keep that in mind. Also, Ray Manaj has offers from Mallorca, Rayo Valencio, and German club Freiburg. Barcelona want 3 million euros for him. And yeah, GB Sands doesn't miss. He's top reliable. Sergio Roberto, he said that he was an absolute favorite to replace Petri in Barca's midfield today. And he was right. Gavi or Nico could be a big surprise, and we didn't get that wonderful surprise, however. Playing Riki would mean making the team defensively weak. Pjanic is not counted upon. Coutinho is just returning. Wonderful. It's hard to argue with that assessment, as meme lords would say. Alex Collado has received a loan offer from Sheffield United, who are willing to pay his entire salary. Coman doesn't count on him, but the player wants to wait for a better proposal before deciding his future. I mean, obviously a very talented player when it comes to Barca B matches. Not completely convinced as of yet how he'll perform in the big boy league, Prime La Liga. I really want him to go somewhere else, improve his skill. He has a lot of potential. So I want him to mature his potential before he comes back to Barca. Of course, we're gonna use him when he comes back from loan if he fits our necessities. Because right now he's very identical to Trincao. The Trincao situation, which happened last season at Barca. If he decides to stay, he's gonna get barely any minutes, if any minutes at all, which is definitely not good for him at his age. He should go out on loan to a different club, especially Sheffield United is a very good team, and if they pay his entire salary, it's a blessing. And yeah, Tottenham had made a good offer for Moriba, but he didn't even want to go. He could have been out of the club by now if he would have accepted, but he's being very problematic, not uncharacteristic of Moriba. And yes, guys, we hit 25,000 Twitter followers yesterday. Thank you all for your constant support. It's a big milestone, and to think that we achieved it in under a year, fantastic. Not sure if I can show that goal footage. So yes, match will begin very soon. Apparently, the guy who was supposed to be the guest, Vinayak, you guys know him probably, he's having some minor glitches, so we're yet to see if he'll join or no. But yeah, it's not that bad. Uh, we probably won't be doing halftime analytics, but it is what it is, as they say. Let me set up the news board. Where we've changed up the format a little bit, especially since today. We're definitely gonna keep this one. Uh, you guys will see soon. You guys will see soon. Interesting match today. Coleman on fraud watch. A lot of people will judge him very harshly today. His every mistake will be looked at. Don't don't think Moriba deserves a spot on our news board today, so we're probably not gonna keep him there. So yes, guys, who do you think will be who will score the first goal? Us or Sevilla? Us or Getafe? My apologies. I definitely think we have a decent chance to keep a clean sheet, uh, since Sevilla hesitate a lot to commit forward. So I think it's gonna be us. As for who nets the goal in, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Brathwaite. I'm gonna say it's Brathwaite. Think he's gonna be more clinical today than last match. Maybe he got a little overconfident, some would say. Um, so yes. Let's transition onto the main screen. Yep, just in time for the broadcast to start. Yeah, looks good, I would say. These are on the left side. This is our new layout. On the left side, we're gonna have the most interesting news or the most impactful news of the day on every match day. And like last match, unfortunately, Eric Garcia's grandfather's demise, we had that news pinned up. And also, Stay Strong Garcia, a very harsh night for him. First, the death of his loved one, and secondly, that really unfair red card. God knows where the VAR is when you actually need it. But yes, no point complaining. I hope he'll learn from his mistakes, though he hadn't made any. We'll probably not keep Moriba there. We'll probably keep the goal scorer over there. Whoever scores the first goal tonight. We don't really need a dedicated participants tab today, I think, since it's just me. Uh, So yeah, some changes to the layout as we speak, getting ready for the actual match. Yeah, that ought to be perfect. Yeah, I believe we're ready to witness a Barcelona masterclass at the Camp Nou with fans, and as they display the starting lineup of both the teams, looks like they're gonna be Getafe is gonna be playing a 4-4-2, a very defensive team, and it's unsurprising for them to take a more defensive approach, being comfortable since it is at Camp Nou and against Barcelona. No matter what our current status is, Barcelona will always be Barcelona. Yes, all ready and set up. We see Araujo and Roberto on the field as MTV pulls a classic advertisement in the middle of a live telecast. God, I hate them. God, I hate them from the bottom of my heart. Both the teams squaring off, referees on the field, showing a visual of the beautiful Camp Nou. Emerson, what do you guys reckon? How good is he gonna be? It's gonna be a hard match for him, as I already said, since he's gonna be the sole width provider up front. Griezmann doesn't really provide a lot of width. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Got high hopes from the Brazilian. Uh, Dest had adapted to the Barcelona playing style very quickly, uh, within 1 or 2 matches of his joining. Even in his very first match, he was a good player, but the best he's been was 3 or 4 matches after he was joined. After he had joined, Alenia looking focused. Alenia exchanging a few sportsmanlike words with Brathwaite. The camera also shows the referee. Also Sandro Ramirez right now. Getafe the rest of the players of Getafe looking a bit distressed. Could just be the sun in their eyes, but I don't know. Griezmann, very excited, it looks like. Both the coaches focused. Players going through their last few stretches warming up before the match starts. Busquets rocking the captain armband. Busquets rocking the captain's armband. And yeah, the match will start any moment now. The players ready for the match to start. Start very soon. We'll start soon. We'll start soon. Kickoff. As soon as there's kickoff, Barcelona intercept and it goes outside for throw-in for Getafe. Getafe take the throw-in. They look surprisingly aggressive, Getafe. Barca on the ball. And again, the constant rough style of play by Getafe. 1 versus 3ing the Barcelona forward. Not very clean, but yes, Barcelona making the best out of the situation, passing the ball between themselves in their own half, as Getafe take on a more orthodox defensive formation. Barcelona still on the ball, Alba on the ball, approaching from the left flank, and it's back to the center backs, Longley. Emerson on the ball. Emerson tries to nutmeg the Getafe player, but it goes outside for a throw-in. Emerson takes the throw-in. Griezmann on the ball. Griezmann to Longley. Longley goes up front. Longley to Depay. Depay to Alba. Alba threads it in, and we have a goal. What a goal. Guys, you're not gonna guess who scored the goal. You're not you're not even gonna guess. It's Sergio Roberto again. The guy who got so much hate. He scores for us. And I couldn't be happier. In under 2 minutes, we have a goal. What a cross in by Alba, and what a dummy flick by Brathwaite. Back with his razor precision today, and Roberto finishes it. Marvelous. This is the Barcelona I've wanted to see, and we are on a thumping start with Roberto as our opening scorer. Let me see if I can find an edit of him. He deserves it very well. Let's see. Roberto, what a man, and what a way to shut up all the unnecessarily vile hate comments he's been getting on Twitter. Ter Stegen on the ball. Alba. We're still in our own half. Shuffling between the center backs. Roberto, what a day for him. What a start. Barcelona recomposing. Getafe looking very hesitant in a 4-4-2. Very stationary, very stiff. Barcelona still shuffling among the center backs. And we move forward. And we pass it back. Back to the center backs and back to the keeper. Barca looking focused and composed. But Getafe, with a sudden surge of energy, they're on the counter attack. Losing a 1 versus 1 against Emerson though, as the ball goes outside for a throw in. Oh, it appears there has been a foul on our captain, Sergio Busquets. Unsurprising from a rough team like Getafe. There appears to be some sort of a thumb injury for Busquets, who gets a quick medical attention to patch it up. And we're back on the counter. We're still in our own half, moving forward slowly but gradually. Beautiful piece of link-up play on the left-hand side. Griezmann, Alba, and a just a shove by the Getafe team, defending very rough. Getafe on the counter, intercepted by Araujo. Back to Longley tries to pass it to Alba, but it goes outside for a Getafe throw-in in a somewhat dangerous position. Ronald Koeman looking very focused too. Umtiti sitting behind him. And my apologies, it's a Barcelona throw-in. Barcelona take the throw-in and it goes outside for a Getafe throwing this time around. Getafe on the ball. Getafe, still Getafe, but in their own half. And it goes outside. Missed pass and a failure to receive the pass rewards Barcelona with a throw-in. We pass it back. Araujo, Longley, back to Araujo. Araujo to Emerson. Frankie de Jong back to the defense. Busquets playing as a third center back, and we're in a Getafe in a dangerous situation, but he was offside. Brathwaite imposing a very imposing. Hold on, yes, he was offside. Brathwaite ran forward a tad too soon. Brathwaite with his razor focus, as we saw in the debut La Liga match of Barcelona. Last match he seemed a bit aloof, but today he's back with the fire in his eyes. But Getafe are on the counter. Getafe in a dangerous situation. Barca, a long shot, and it's off target. A beautiful attempt to attack. Getafe with a sudden surge of energy. It was Carles Alenia who was behind it. A rough challenge on Barca. A free kick taken quickly, and we're back on the counter. Quickly dispossessed, and we regain possession. Back to the defenders. Araujo. Roberto. Back to Busquets. Busquets playing as a third center back. And it makes sense because a 4-4-2 formation is a very tough formation to penetrate through the center. The best time to attack them is when they are on a counter with spaces opened up. As we saw in the first goal, a very quick goal, an approach taken from the left wing. Barca on the counter. Frankie de Jong passes. Depay on the ball. And a brilliant defending by Getafe. Depay, as always, looks determined with a plethora of skills up his sleeve. And it's a corner for Barcelona, the first for the game. The first corner of the game, and it's to FC Barcelona. And it's saved by the keeper. Frankie de Jong contesting the ball, winning it. Passes to Sergio Roberto, who passes it back. Ter Stegen, playing sweeper keeper, comes up quite forward on the pitch. Barcelona fairly uncontested in their half right now. Barcelona still on the ball. Shuffling between the centre backs, Araujo to Busquets. Busquets goes long. Emerson Royal chasing the ball. Emerson in possession. He looks onside. Emerson passes it to Roberto. Roberto. Emerson again. Emerson to Roberto. Roberto back to Emerson. Emerson crosses in. Dummy by Brathwaite, but nobody to receive it. A clearance capitalized by Barcelona. Passed back to Ter Stegen, who passes it to Longley. And we're trying to create again. De Jong on the ball. Busquets. Busquets to Emerson, who was quite high up on the pitch. Emerson still on the ball. Emerson looking for an opening. Emerson passes back to Araujo. Araujo comfortable on the ball, passes it to Longley. Longley back to Araujo. Busquets back to his position as a third centre back, passes it long, and a pretty physical challenge by Getafe brings the game to a halt. Very harsh challenge on Depay by the Getafe number 23, and we're looking at a temporary stoppage time. Fouls committed, 2 by Getafe, 1 by Barcelona. Busquets as the third centre back. Busquets to Emerson. Emerson again. Emerson passes it to the midfield, but it looks like a Getafe player is down. Emerson looking pretty comfortable, if I may say so myself. It's too early to say for sure, but as of the first impression, he looks pretty good on the ball. Getafe finally getting some possession. Getafe still on the ball. A rash pass, which goes outside. There's a throw-in. Ansu Fati and Ousmane Dembele, Alex Collado and Gerard Piqué in the stands. Piqué standing up, looking very passionate, talking to his teammates on the field, instructing them. Our future president. Barca back in possession, building up from the very back. Longley to Alba. Alba back to Longley. Busquets on the ball. Busquets looking for an opening. Longley passes to Alba, who is way up front on the field. Alba in possession, passes back to Longley, who turns back and passes to the keeper. Pass to Emerson. Back to Emerson. Griezmann on the ball. Beautiful one-touch pass there in the center by Busquets. And through a flurry of passes back to Ter Stegen, who looks for Alba. Alba with a one-touch pass to Depay. Depay still contesting for the ball, and he wins it. And he passes long on the wing to Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann, who can't dribble past the Getafe defender, loses the ball, but Barcelona recapitalize. Barcelona still on the ball. Back to Araujo. Araujo to Longley. Longley to Alba. Alba back to Longley. Busquets as the third centre back again. Busquets on the ball. Busquets with a great pass, but a brilliant slide tackle by Getafe. Barcelona intercept a long pass given by Getafe, and in doing so reward them with a throw-in. Getafe building up from the back, but one of their teammates look to be down. Game is halted. It appears he has some sort of damage in his eyes. Inflicted by what or who is yet to be seen. Medical team rushes in for a quick eye checkup. Um, Definitely no contact between him and Brathwaite that could have resulted in that form of injury. But the players take this moment to get a little water break. Barcelona looking comfortable, but as for up the pitch, they lack uniqueness right now. We have another look at Brathwaite's tremendous, beautiful dummy, which led to Roberto's score. If I say this, you guys will cancel me, but remember Messi's dummy, which led Griezmann to score? Martin Goatwaite. PSG signed the wrong greatest of all time, man. Brathwaite is the real GOAT. And I say that with very, very slight amount of sarcasm. He can be very useful. He was never a bad player at Barca. We addressed it in a previous podcast, episode 1 or 2. I'm not really sure of the second season. Busquets on the ball, Barca looking to counter Depay. Depay running 1 versus 1, and the Getafe defender goes down. My apologies, it was Martin Brathwaite. I need a bigger TV for sure. Brathwaite's physicality, guys. Great physicality. Serginho Dest warming up. We could see a halftime change. Emerson Royal swapped for him. In that case, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna go to back four, because I think personally that Coman is taking a more of 3 center back approach with Busquets as a third center back, just to relieve Emerson of the tremendous pressure he would have faced if we went for a fullback approach instead of a wingback approach, with Griezmann being absent for width in the right wing in attack. Barcelona on the ball in their half, looking pretty stable. Getafe team lacks structure. Barcelona still on the ball. Getafe interception, Getafe on the ball. We have an average of 19% interceptions according to a quick statistic on screen. And Getafe is in a dangerous position in our penalty box, and we concede. It happened like a flash. It was so quick, and it's Sandro Ramirez. A special night for him. Sandro Ramirez, who nets the second goal in. Ter Stegen in utter shock, and Sandro takes all his time to celebrate his goal against his former club. A setback for sure, and what a goal. Definitely praiseworthy. Longley couldn't defend a 1 versus 1, and the shot was taken from the edge of the penalty box as we get a 1-1 scoreline. Well, now he's still celebrating. I don't know why. It's an equalizer, not a winner. And it's barely 20 minutes. You shouldn't do that. Not even taking it out of context that it's your former club. But still. Big night for him, I understand. But yes, the match resumes. Barcelona on the ball. 3 center backs. Barcelona attacking from the left. Center now. Wow, that was a pretty harsh challenge. Very physical. Araujo on the ball. Araujo goes central. A flurry of one-touch passes, uh, and we're on the attack again. Pass into the center from the far left, and it's intercepted. Brathwaite tries to take a long shot, which is blocked by a defender. Emerson with a chipped shot, and it goes outside. Coleman looking distressed. Coutinho wearing a training vest and sitting in the stands. Would be interesting if he gets some minutes today, though I think it's gonna be unlikely. Well, it's easy to point fingers at Longley for the last goal, but there were a lot of factors that were in it. A corner for Barcelona. A short corner taken. A pass into the penalty box was rendered unfruitful thanks to a Getafe interception, and the ball goes outside for a throw-in taken by Emerson Real, who throws it to Sergio Roberto, and now again it's back to Busquets as a center back. Araujo to Longley. Longley back to Araujo. I think the problem here is we're not baiting them enough. Right now, Getafe has committed 4 of their players in our half. But as soon as we start countering, one goes back. And after that, it's just a numbers and physicality game in their half. Throw in for Barça. Busquets on the ball. Busquets passes back to Araujo, who comes forward past the center line. Back to Araujo, hugging the center line. Busquets to Emerson. Emerson back to Busquets. We're in our own half again, back to square one, if one would say. Araujo on the ball, Araujo to Busquets. Busquets goes up front to Depay, who flicks in a pass, and it's a physical contest that that Griezmann fails to win. Getafe on the counter. From the left to the center, back to their defense, and back to the Getafe keeper. Getafe looking a lot more composed now. Keeper goes long, and after the pass is received, it's overshot by the Getafe player, and Barca are back in possession. Messi quite up front. Barcelona still juggling between the centre backs. Pass to Frankie de Jong. Frankie to Sergio Roberto. Roberto back to Frankie. Frankie still on the ball, goes to the left wing, and he gets it back. Frankie de Jong still on the ball. Passes long to Emerson, who loses a 1 versus 1, and Getafe are on the counter. A long pass by Getafe, which is intercepted by Alba. Alba passes to Frankie. Frankie back to Longley. Longley to Alba, who passes long. Back to the Getafe keeper as we approach the 25-minute mark. Getafe on the counter. Getafe with a long pass, which Ter Stegen scoops up and passes to Araujo. Getafe players down, God knows why, as we the Barca players stop the play. The referee says play on, but Barca seem very hesitant. Barcelona juggling the ball in their own half till the player gets up. Now we're back on the counter. Brilliant ounce of sportsmanship in the players. And there's a harsh challenge by Getafe. Looks like a fight is breaking out. Sandro Ramirez looks to calm down the Barcelona captain Busquets, who looks infuriated. A dirty foul on Longley by the Getafe number 10, who has had at least 2 instances that I can recall of dirty fouls this game. Enes Unal. Longley looks pretty pissed off too. Barcelona with a free kick in Getafe's half. Depay takes the free kick. Goes long, but it's scooped up. It's caught by the Getafe keeper. Getafe back on a counter, looking pretty composed. Back to the Getafe centre back. Carlos Alenia over there with a yellow card. The Getafe number 11. Wonder why he got it, because the foul was done by the number 10. Araujo with a tackle that's from which the Getafe player has fallen on the ground, rolling around. Meh, it's acting. I don't buy it. Dirty team. It's Sandro who goes down from a touch. From a literal touch. A literal touch by Araujo, and Sandro goes down, and Araujo gets a yellow card. And what is this dumb referee? Who gave him his license and who allows him to be a professional referee in a top 5 European league? What is this? And where is the VAR when you need it? What kind of refereeing, what kind of professionalism, what kind of sportsman spirit is this? I am shocked. I am in a loss of words. I'm at a loss of words. I'm awestruck. Araujo even gets a yellow card. Last match, Araujo had his goal disallowed and Eric Garcia had an unfair red, and this match Araujo has an unfair yellow. God knows where this match will go. There's been a plethora of tactical fouls and dives from Getafe, and now Araujo has an unfair red card given to him. This is utter blasphemy. You gotta question the professionalism of the La Liga referees. It's shameful. The referee also imposes and restricts movements of Barcelona players in defense. Getafe back on the ball, and they pass it back to their goalkeeper. Everybody's just standing, and the keeper passes to the Getafe left back, who's contested by Griezmann, who has been pretty invisible again. I don't know what his role this match is either, but he hasn't been tracking down that much. Barca on the counter in a dangerous position. A beautiful through ball there by Frenkie de Jong. We're in the penalty box, and a shot, and what a goal by Memphis Depay, the Lion, our star signing of the season, and it's 2-1 to Barcelona. What a beautiful through pass by Frenkie, and what a goal by Memphis Depay. Brilliant piece of football. and a brilliant piece of sportsman spirit where he doesn't celebrate for more than 3 seconds, unlike a certain Getafe player tonight. Yes, I'm still pretty mad about it. Time to replace Roberto with Memphis Depay. What a beautiful, beautiful goal. What a sharp angle, such pieces of skill. And he takes but 2 seconds to dedicate this goal to someone in the heavens. Unlike Sandro, there I said his name. And the ball goes outside um, for a Barcelona throw in. And it seems we have a water break. Yes, cooling break they call it. Oh, and VAR checks the Barcelona goal and lets us know that it's not offside. Well, VAR, here's something for you. We don't care what you think. If you're gonna host when you're needed the most, we don't care. Of course it's a goal. We don't need cutting edge technology to tell us that it's not an offside. It was clear. We just need you to predict when a false decision is made, like last match when Araujo's goal was disallowed for being offside when it wasn't even an offside. Jordi Alba exchanging some words with Sandro Ramirez at halftime, and their VAR checks once more whether the goal by Sandro Ramirez was offside or not. Sandro Ramirez and Carlos Alenia and the entire Getafe team taking a water break, and Coman taking the time to instruct all of his players. He looks like a man who knows what he wants. He's explaining with passion. Let's see, I hope to see some brilliance right now by the men in blue and red. He did not really address Griezmann specifically. He must have done it before the match started. Also, Getafe has had 2 attacks from the right flank and 1 attack from the left flank. And Barca, we've attacked 6 times from the left side and once from the right. As I said, predictable, and 0 attacks from center. Except this match, it makes sense. Whether it's intentional or not, must be intentional. Koeman is a professional coach after all, might not be world class, but still. 0 attacks from the center, 6 from the left, and 1 from the right. Immediately, a Getafe player goes down, but Barca on the ball. Ter Stegen goes long. Getafe intercept. Barca intercept back. A frenzy of players. Getafe looking like they're at war rather than they're playing football. Running at Barcelona players instead of the ball that's moving, causing a lot of frantic situations to arise. The Getafe keeper goes long. Barca have had 227 successful passes out of 252, and Getafe have had only 90 something successful passes from a 117. Araujo defends 1 versus 1 against Sandro. We've had 67% possession, unsurprising. Barcelona with a plethora of one-touch passes, and the ball's now out wide. Now back in the center, that Brathwaite, and it's passed back to Longley, to Busquets, back to Longley. Longley to Alba. Alba, who tries to pass it forward, but it's intercepted. Getafe on the ball, a through pass, and Getafe are on a blasting. They were on a blasting counter attack, and Emerson does a 1v1 defending, and Ramirez, as usual, just goes down. Of no accord, he just goes down. Shameful. Barca back on the ball. Araujo 1 versus 1ing Sandro Ramirez, who's taking a if you guys just looked at that replay, Sandro Ramirez makes no attempt with his feet to even go towards the ball. Just pushes Araujo with one hand and just stands in that position. Barca on a blasting counter-attack from the left-hand side, and is passed back to Longley. Longley to Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong goes long to Alba. Still Alba. Alba loses 1 versus 1 against the Getafe defender. He tracks back, and it goes outside for a throw-in. A good run by Alba, but now it's a Getafe throw-in. Getafe still on the ball, and it goes outside again. Getafe on the ball, and the match is stopped, and Barca get the ball. Oh, it appears that there was a handball by the Getafe number 10. Emerson on the ball. Emerson moves central. Emerson to Busquets. Busquets to Longley. Longley moves up front. Longley passes it central, and a one-touch pass to the wide left, and no one there to receive it. Getafe building up again from the very back. Getafe still on the ball. Getafe moving forward. It's Sandro. Sandro passes it back. Getafe still on the ball, creating and exploiting spaces. They pass it to the left, and now to the center back. Getafe goes long, and it appears they've overshot it. Good defending by Longley for once. I said that too soon. He couldn't block the low pass, but thankfully the ball is out of harm's way. Carlos Alenia looking drained, a lot of sweat on him, giving it his 100 as usual. The man doesn't fail to impress me every time I watch him. A corner taken by Getafe, and a Getafe player just falls inside the penalty box, followed by Alba. Don't worry though, no penalty shouts. Barcelona, Ter Stegen starts. Ter Stegen passes to Emerson. Emerson to Araujo. Araujo to Longley. Longley to Busquets. Back to Ter Stegen, who passes it to Longley. Back to Longley. Longley to Frankie de Jong. De Jong to Emerson. Emerson to Brathwaite. Passes back. Barca on the counter. Frankie fails to win the ball. Griezmann, I notice him for the first time in a very long time. Getafe back on the counter. back to their center backs. Not quite sure what Getafe are going for right there. Getafe on the counter again. A good through ball. Emerson tries to defend, and it's a defense by Araujo, who clears the ball up front, but the danger isn't averted. Getafe are still in possession. Getafe pass back, Getafe, still Getafe. Griezmann contests, Griezmann running behind. A good through ball, but we have Araujo once again to pass it back to Ter Stegen, who shoots it long. Barça were temporarily in possession, but now it's another counter attack by Getafe. And a long shot on target, saved by Ter Stegen. And oh my god, it looks like he's been injured. Let me explain what happened. Ter Stegen tried to catch the ball, which deflected off his hand. The Getafe forward rushed at him full force, while Ter Stegen caught the ball again with his hands, but it doesn't look like... It looks like it's a grave situation right now. Getafe forward's intentions not really clear. Doesn't look like he was aiming for the ball. Neto warming up as we speak. Could be a long injury session for Ter Stegen, who is just back from his long spell. Yep, it was a knee right to his forehead. Ter Stegen looks knocked out, but now he's back on his feet. Taking a moment to recover. Oh, and it looks like he's still gonna play. What a warrior Ter Stegen. Goes long. Getafe don't manage to keep it inside, and it's a throw-in. Ter Stegen made of steel. It was a knee at full force to his head, and now he's back up, playing again. Massive respect. Getafe on the ball in their own half. Getafe still on the ball. Back to their keeper. Getafe go long. Barcelona interception. Getafe defending. Getafe back in possession. Brathwaite running like a madman. And the Getafe long shot goes outside. It appears there was a contact with a Barcelona player. It's absolutely stunning how Ter Stegen is still up and playing. Frankie on the ball. Good shielding by Brathwaite, but Getafe with a good piece of defending. Roberto had a good role in that as well. Emerson to Roberto to Ter Stegen, and Roberto just shoved by Sandro, and literally no foul or anything declared. Okay, now it's declared. Barcelona's with the center backs. Once again, Araujo, Longley. Passes long, but no one to receive it. Passes it to the Getafe keeper. Getafe on the ball, but they look contested. Getafe keeper forced to go long, and Barca are once again in possession, but in their own half. I wonder how the Getafe coach instructs the Getafe players before the match starts. Oh, a slip up by the Getafe defense, and Barca are in a very good position. Brathwaite to the left. Depay on the ball. Depay is still on the ball. Looks like Getafe are in a comfortable position again. A diamond, a golden opportunity missed by Barca. And Getafe on the counter, but Barca restabilize. Ter Stegen, being the sweeper keeper, passes to Longley, who passes to Alba. Alba to Depay. Depay tries to pass. Ain't nobody there. Depay is still on the ball. Depay to Busquets. Busquets. Busquets to Griezmann. Depay to Alba. Alba tries to cross in, but it's blocked by the Getafe defender. And yes, continuing on what I was saying, I wonder how the Getafe coach instructs his players to commit tactical fouls. Is it like the Cobra Kai coach from the original Karate Kid movie? I don't want you to win, I want them injured kind of speech. But it truly baffles me how a team repeatedly every match does tactical fouls and dirty plays like this and gets away with it. And to think what goes on in the mind of the manager who's behind that team is something which intrigues me a lot. Barca back on the counter, Frankie de Jong in possession. Frankie de Jong still in possession, passes to... oh, come on. A good interception by the Getafe defense. It goes outside for a Barcelona corner. Last few seconds of added time, 45 to be exact. Corner overshot, and it's a fully wasted chance. Wonder why Depay overshot that corner. Last 30 seconds or so of added time. Brilliant goal by Depay. My apologies, Memphis. He doesn't like to be called by his last name. Barcelona still pushing in the last few seconds. And there's the whistle. Half time is over. And it's 2-1 to Barca at half time. Yes, so what I take away from this is number one, Griezmann, his potential being wasted once again. Not quite sure who's behind this, or whether Koeman has even instructed him or not, given him a designated role, or whether he is genuinely failing to carry out what Koeman has asked him to. More inclined towards the former than the latter. So yes, unsurprising. Uh, Kudos to Ter Stegen. Man of Steel. Any halftime doubts or queries by you guys? Also, the match isn't as easy as people speculated. I did not expect it to be easy in the first place, but still. Ah, an interesting takeaway from. Wait a minute, I'm gonna show you guys myself. I 100% agree with this. A drama that right sector, as I expected, Barca needs an unbalanced level outside, which is Yusuf Demir, to pass to Griezmann in the center. Griezmann isn't really a player who is on the right side. He's all around the place in the center. We'll get his heat map soon post match. But yes, it's gonna show the same. Barca do need a proper winger or something on the right. It can be Demir. In the future, it can be Dembele. But Griezmann as a right winger in a formation that in a formation that you have designed for uh, three forwards, one of them being a right winger, nobody providing that width except the fullback or the wingback, who isn't there all the time, obviously, makes Griezmann look even worse than what he is right now. And definitely, we need another winger. Colado, I'm not sure. If I was Coleman, I would try giving him minutes this match, especially if you want to keep using Griezmann. I don't see that why we can't use a formation which calls for three forwards, which have two wingers maybe and one central mid, central attacking mid, which could be Griezmann. I don't see why we can't do that, apart from leaving the right hand side up front wide open. Also, top speed tonight recorded by Memphis Depay, 31.4 kilometers per hour, and yeah, second Roberto, 30.6 kilometers per hour. So yeah, very interesting. Jordi Alba, 31.8 kilometers per hour. He has covered 5.5 kilometers distance. The most distance has been covered by none other than Sergio Roberto, 6.3 kilometers. Second Frankie de Jong. And the fastest has been Emerson Royal, 33.7 kilometers per hour. And second being Brathwaite, 32.5. This one's gonna be a banger, and rightfully so. I completely agree with this. Albert Blaya Sensat. definitely very disappointing. Coleman should have thought it through. And now it's half time. And as usual, even in the cooling break, we didn't see Coleman give any dedicated instructions to Antoine Griezmann. And I don't know what his intentions are. Does he not want him to succeed? Absolutely no idea. None at all. Let me whip out our halftime edit. Made by none other than our boss. Maybe, wait a second. What do you guys think is gonna happen in the second half? Think we're gonna net more? I personally would be happy with uh, just one more goal, just to get that bit of comfort, because a one goal margin isn't really a goal margin. We all know. And things can go south very quickly with just one ball that is not played properly. Fake accent. Okay, like, yeah, sure, but I like it. Anyway, Depay, what a goal by him. What an absolutely magnificent piece of play. And Griezmann tried to make an approach from the right in case it ricocheted outside. He maybe would have had a goal. But yes, don't confuse this with the Busquets situation, which is like, if you follow Busquets, you're gonna see the entire match, but if you see the match, you're not gonna see Busquets. It's far from that. In fact, it's quite the contrary. Busquets was actively involved on every part of the field, but that's not the case for Griezmann. I've said numerous times his heat map shows that he's everywhere, but his pass map, not even close. Very seldom involved in attacking build-ups. But last match at least he tracked back a lot and contributed in the defense. But today he hasn't been tracking back that much. He could have been instructed by Koeman to track back less, but I don't know if he has been instructed to uh, perform any role up front. Absolutely no idea. Coutinho warming up. Wonder if he'll get minutes today. A very good and a very relieving news was that he'll continue wearing the number 14 jersey. The number 10 jersey, of course, a very, very high position to live up to. A lot of expectations, and people are gonna come at you if you mess up even one piece of play because it was worn before you by the greatest player on the planet, Lionel Messi. Umtiti warming up. Maybe he's gonna get minutes. Umtiti was one of the lead players we wanted sold this season, but let's see what happens. He'll probably stay. We've come to terms with that. The most promising transfers as of right now, which can happen and which have high chances to happen, is Moriba, as soon as Leipzig make an offer for him, and Ray Manaj. Moriba could have been out even right now if he just accepted the Tottenham Hotspurs offer for him. But hey, problematic is his second nature. And as for Pjanic, we don't know if any Serie A club is still interested in him. Of course, Ronaldo being out for Juventus has freed up some funds for them to reallocate and maybe strengthen their midfield, but whether Pjanic will be called up, we're not sure. Of course, if he is called up, he'll go there 100%, but we'll see, we'll see. The players are in the tunnel. A shame, and it feels really awkward to see a tunnel without Messi in it. But Griezmann leads the way. Griezmann, Longley, and Emerson are the first to emerge, followed by Sergio Roberto, Martin Brathwaite, and the towering Ronald Araujo. Araujo stretches a bit. I'm not really sure what kind of mood Griezmann is right now. He surely doesn't look confident, but we'll see. Sergio Busquets telling something, the captain speaking to the players, probably giving them a pep talk. Could translate for you if I knew Spanish, but unfortunately I don't. Ronald Araujo seems the most vocal of all of them. Ansu Fati right there, and Ousmane Dembele. Jordi Alba comes out last, and he also has some words to say. Vocal guy. Ansu Fati exchanges some words of friendship with Emerson Royal. And Dembele is just there to have a fun time. His poor track record with injuries doesn't mean you should hate on him though. And classic MTV putting on an ad. Well, the ad was quick, and now the stream is back. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any halftime changes. Maybe a little time into the second half, maybe on the 65th or 70th minute. Coleman, notoriously famous for his late substitutions, and the second half has kicked off. Barca looking very sharp, and they've lost possession. Getafe on the ball. Getafe still on the ball, looking to counter. Barca intercept, and we're back on the counter, and we lose possession. It's a total frenzy on the field. Getafe in position temporarily, and Griezmann with an interception, contributing in the defense, but not straying very far below. He hugs the central line. Back to Ter Stegen, who's a warrior, by the way. Can't say enough of it. A comfy 26 degrees Celsius temperature at the Camp Nou. And no halftime changes. A through pass for Getafe, but the play is stopped. Looks like one of the Getafe forwards was offside. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Getafe attempted a counter, but threat neutralized by Barcelona. Alba back to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen to Longley, who goes up and away, to the right, to the back. Barcelona defenders taking it slow and steady. Busquets on the ball, back to Emerson. Busquets again. There's a frenzy in the midfield, and Getafe are back in possession. The Getafe player goes down, and the match is conveniently stopped. Jordi Alba makes a pass back to defense to Busquets. Busquets to Araujo. Araujo to Emerson. Emerson to Roberto. Roberto back to Araujo. Busquets to Longley. Longley with a thundering run. Alba. Alba back to Busquets. Busquets to Araujo. Longley coming back. Busquets to Frenkie, who gives it to Longley. Longley to Depay, who gives it back to Longley. Longley to Busquets as a centre back, who passes it. Frenkie one touch Roberto, and he's dispossessed. And it looks like there was the first legitimate foul by Barcelona throughout the match, and the match is stopped. The Getafe number 17 goes down after a tackle by Martin Brathwaite. There was obviously some hand movement involved by Brathwaite in that. Getafe under pressure, but the ball is cleared, and what a receive by Ronald Koeman right outside the field. A throw in for Barcelona taken by Jordi Alba. to Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong who passes back to Longley. Longley to Araujo. Araujo to Emerson. Emerson dispossessed, and Busquets runs back in defense, and it's a long shot saved by Ter Stegen. A good attempt on goal. A bit of a mess up by Emerson Royal, if you will. But yes, threat neutralized successfully. Good save by Ter Stegen. Good to see that even after that tremendous blow to the head, he's still goalkeeping very well. A corner for Getafe. Three corners for Barcelona and two for Getafe this match. Corner taken long, and the shots taken, the headers taken off target. It's a goal kick for Barcelona. And for some reason, while they showed a replay of the unnecessary corner, there was some match already played. Getafe in possession and intercepted. Barça in possession, and Depay goes down. There seems to be a squabble. Alba passes to Emerson. Emerson to Griezmann. Griezmann to Roberto. Roberto back to Araujo. Araujo to Longley. Longley to Araujo. Griezmann posing a defensive threat to Getafe, and the ball is successfully intercepted by Emerson, and it goes outside for a Getafe throw-in. Araujo with brilliant defending, and again it's just a physicality challenge. They're wrestling, and Araujo wins the wrestle, the Uruguayan giant, and the very shameless Sandro Ramirez goes down again from just a flick of Araujo's hand. A blatant dive, which the referee will do nothing about. Getafe in a dangerous position and dispossessed. Barça in possession. Emerson Royal passes long. Barça still in possession. Frenzy, and the ball goes outside for another Getafe throw-in. Alenia has yet to make... Wait a second. Alenia has had one assist this match. In the second half, he is yet to impress. But it's only been a few minutes, 8 to be exact. Frankie passes to Longley. Longley back to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen to the right. To Araujo. To Roberto. Roberto to Brathwaite. Brathwaite to Roberto. Roberto to Longley. Longley moves up front. Longley to Depay, who fails to win the ball. Getafe in possession, and an overshot pass. Ter Stegen neutralizes the threat. Busquets advancing. Busquets to De Jong. De Jong moves up front. De Jong goes to the wings to Emerson. Emerson moves in, back to De Jong. De Jong to Emerson again. Emerson to De Jong. Good link-up play. Roberto to Emerson. Emerson to De Jong. De Jong to Busquets. Busquets to Longley. Longley to Alba. Alba to Depay. Depay back to Alba. Back to Alba. Alba dispossessed. And it's a shame. It was a fruitless link of passes. And Getafe on a 1 versus 1 counter. Getafe still in a dangerous spot. We got a few defenders back. And it's a good pass right in front of the penalty box, and it was wasted by the Getafe forward. Threat neutralized by a stroke of luck, and the ball is shot long by Alba to Brathwaite. Dispossessed, Getafe still on the ball, and a long shot which is off target. Thank the heavens. Tremendously beautiful pass which Alenia misread, and Emerson Royal defended. A stroke of luck that they've not equalized again. Ronald Araujo with 10 ball retrievals, followed by Clement Longley, who has 8. Depay on the ball, but in defense. Getafe retrieve. Threat neutralized by Longley. Or is it? Longley back on the ball. Longley with a pass that goes outside for a Getafe throw-in. In a pretty dangerous spot. Overshot throw-in. Barça in possession. Barça advancing for a counter. A thunderous run by Roberto. Roberto to Griezmann to Emerson. Emerson to Griezmann. Griezmann to Busquets. Busquets with a harsh challenge, and he goes down. These kinds of challenges, especially on a peak, a promising counterattack, should see a card in my opinion, but there's none. Depay with a squabble, and the Getafe defender goes down. Oh, come on, ref. Ref, come on, do your job. What is this? Getafe with a long ball. Defended well by Emerson. Emerson is defensively sound. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Emerson is defensively very sound, unlike Dest. A textbook sliding challenge. Every time the broadcast shows a replay, there's always a few seconds of match that's already played. Wonder why they're doing it. Busquets to De Jong to Depay on the left wing. Depay cuts in. Depay still moving. Good piece of skill to Frankie. Longley on the ball. Busquets to Roberto on the right. Back to Busquets. Busquets makes a pass which is intercepted, but Barca back in possession, and as soon as they're in possession, very conveniently the Getafe opposite number goes down and the match is stopped. Wonderful. Getafe go long. Good challenge by Jordi Alba. Alba on the ball. Alba shoots up front, intercepted, but a heavy touch. De Jong to Roberto. De Jong again fails to receive. Getafe, a mispass. Busquets to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen to Roberto. Roberto running up front. Roberto to Emerson. Emerson to Busquets. Busquets to Depay. Depay looking to cut in and dispossessed. Getafe on a thunderous counterattack, very deadly. A good pass, a good shot, and a fantastic save by Ter Stegen, the man of steel. Wonderful, wonderful piece of play by Getafe, and that wonderful play just thwarted by brilliance of Ter Stegen. Another good pass threaded in, but intercepted by Araujo. Frankie passes outside to Emerson. Emerson goes down. Could be serious. Match is stopped. And there's gonna be a pair of Getafe substitutions. The Getafe number 7 will be on for Sandro Ramirez. Sandro Ramirez with the uh, sole goal for Getafe being taken off. And Carles Alenia as well. Carles Alenia taken off as well. Very interesting. Barcelona still in possession though. Alba on the ball. Alba with a good through pass. Flick backwards to Roberto by Griezmann. Griezmann on the ball. Griezmann to Emerson. Emerson. Still Emerson. Shielding the ball to Griezmann. Griezmann passes to Longley, who's up front. Longley with a good through ball and a header by Sergio Roberto, saved by the Getafe keeper. Getafe counter-attack thwarted by Barça. Getafe forward still down, but referee says play on. Good decision finally. Roberto passes to Busquets. Busquets to De Jong. De Jong. Still De Jong. De Jong to Roberto. Roberto passes back to Araujo. Araujo to Longley. Longley to Depay. Depay with a slight squabble. And surprisingly enough, it's the Getafe player that goes down. A pure dive, a textbook dive, and Depay is shown the card. Blasphemy, utter blasphemy. No, just hear me out. The Getafe defenders tackle Depay from behind, which is a textbook foul. And in return, what happens is Depay moves on with the ball, and the Getafe defender dives, goes down, and Depay, initially shown a yellow card, and right now, yep, Memphis still with a yellow card. Shameful. While we see Emerson going off for Serginho Dest to come on. This, in my opinion, would give Sergio Busquets more freedom to move up front, because Dest has had the experience of covering for Griezmann on the right wing. Not complete freedom, of course, just a tad bit more freedom. Wonderful refereeing. Sarcasm, of course. Getafe in a dangerous spot, right in front of the penalty box. They shoot long and the ball goes outside. Ter Stegen goes long. Frankie to Alba. Alba shoots, but Memphis doesn't expect the pass, and Getafe in possession. Their keeper goes long, but Barca recapitalize. Another frenzy, but Barca still in possession. Getafe in possession. A free kick awarded to Getafe, taken quickly back to their defense. Getafe attacking from their right, intercepted by Longley. Good defending. Araujo on the ball. Araujo to Alba. Alba with a quick pass. Again, a failure to receive it. Barca back in possession though. Approaching from the right, Roberto on the ball. Roberto still on the ball. Roberto to Longley. Longley to De Jong. De Jong now to Araujo. Araujo to Roberto, who passes it back. And Araujo passes it back to Roberto again. Roberto out on the wing to Serginho Dest. Passes it to Araujo again. And Dest makes a pass to the far right of the field to Longley, who passes it back to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen to Longley. Longley to Frankie de Jong. Good run, good run. Frankie de Jong to Memphis Depay, who's on the left wing. Sorry, Martin Brathwaite. They're rotating very well. Busquets on the ball in a central position. Busquets back on the left wing to Alba. Depay to Alba. Another good cross in, but defended very well by the Getafe team. If this had gone in, it would be identical to the first goal they conceded. Busquets on the ball. Busquets to Roberto. Roberto back to Araujo. Alba on the ball. Alba to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen takes his time. Ter Stegen shoots long. Griezmann on the ball. Griezmann with a chipped shot out of reach for both Depay and Brathwaite. And for some bizarre reason, after a clash with Jordi Alba, a minor clash with Jordi Alba. Oh, it looks like there was some elbow action by Alba. Cheeky one right there. Cheeky one right there by Alba. Can't say it wasn't deserved by Getafe. But yes. Getafe keeper goes long. Barça have neutralized the threat. Araujo clears the ball outside for a Getafe throw-in. Well, to be honest, Getafe still on the ball, still dangerous. Cleared, punched away by Ter Stegen in peak reflexes even after such a tremendous blow to his head just merely half an hour ago. And Depay goes down. But guys, realistically, as a Barca fan, this match, I can see exactly where our drawbacks are, and it really pains me to see that Koeman isn't taking the necessary steps to fix these drawbacks. No idea why, but yes, Barca are on the counter. Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest. Still Serginho Dest. A good cross, but Depay, but Brathwaite too late to receive it. It goes outside for a goal kick. Tremendous play. And from what I've seen till now, Dest is better at attacking, for a right back situation, of course. Dest is more sound in attacking, and Emerson Royal is more sound in defending. They're complementary to each other. Griezmann on the ball with a lot of space. My apologies, it was Busquets. Barca looking comfortable in their own half. Araujo to Longley. Longley goes up front. A long pass which is won by Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong who passes it long to Griezmann, who's on the right. Griezmann turns around. Griezmann to Roberto. Still Griezmann. Griezmann to Alba. Alba. Still Alba. Brathwaite. A good clearance by the Getafe defense, but danger hasn't been averted, and Barca still looking, but temporarily the threat seems to be neutralized, and it looks like the threat has been neutralized. Barca passing back to Ter Stegen, and for some bizarre reason the stream seems to be a tad bit laggy. Barca looking comfortable. And what is this? Dest on the ball. Dest still on the ball. Good pass up front to Roberto. Roberto to Frankie, who's uh, who's at the receiving end of a dirty challenge. Free kick given to Barcelona. I'm at the edge of my seat right now because the match is way closer than I'm comfortable with. Simultaneous dirty challenges on Sergio Roberto and Frankie de Jong. Roberto seems to have had a harder challenge on him, at least the effects of the challenge. Let me take this chance to reiterate what I failed to finish a few minutes ago. Yes, Sergio Roberto, my apologies. As a Barca fan, this match is too close, with just one goal difference, and especially when I can see exactly where the drawbacks of the team are coming from, and Coman taking no steps to rectify them. It almost seems like, okay, now he'll probably take some steps for it. I can see Demir on the screen getting ready. But yeah, the only reason for this change is Roberto's injury. Demir should have been brought on the field long time ago. Long time ago. To complement Griezmann and to provide some actual fruitful results in the constant onslaught by Barcelona on the Getafe defense. Sergio Roberto walks off the field. Ronald Koeman said something to Jordi Alba, and we're getting ready for a substitution. We're playing with 10 men right now, it appears. Substitution soon. Longley on the ball. Longley still on the ball, advancing. Longley passes it back to Rauho. Rauho makes a deliberate long pass outside to facilitate the substitution. And what is this? Yes, it's a Getafe throw-in, but can we see the substitution, please? Brathwaite seems to be down as well. It hasn't been a bad match for Brathwaite at all. Wonder what happened, why he went down. Maybe Yusuf Demir comes on to replace Martin Brathwaite. Looks like he has some discomfort on his left knee. Looks like it's a grave situation. One substitution made for Sergio Roberto, who's being replaced by Gavi. And maybe we'll see Yusuf Demir as well for Martin Brathwaite. Yes, and there's a substitution for Martin Brathwaite as well by Nico. Surprising. Definitely a more defensive change. But wow, this is gonna be a disaster on the right wing if Griezmann continues to assume the role he is in right now. Cooling break, and Fans are booing Samuel Umtiti. Well deserved, some people would say. We addressed this issue as well on the second episode of the second season of the Buzzing with Barca podcast, the Umtiti situation and exactly what we think of it. It's not, it might surprise you guys as to what we have to say about that. Umtiti might be on too. It frankly scares me, guys, to think what Depay and Griezmann forward duo is gonna look like. Barca still on the counter, Gavi on the ball to Frankie, Frankie to Gavi, back to Frankie. Gavi looks very quick-footed. Back to Longley, Longley to Araujo, Araujo to Longley. Gavi presenting an opening for him. Gavi runs forward, still forward, a tremendous run, but he's manhandled by the Getafe defenders. He gets back up again. Gavi's still in possession. Now he's dispossessed. For some bizarre reason, the Getafe team gets a free kick. This referee doesn't cease to amaze me. Nico and Gavi on together. They might a very defensive approach. I don't think Coman has any intentions of creating more goals. He just wants to waste the remaining minutes. Frankie on the ball. Frankie to Nico. Wait, is Busquets? Oh no, Busquets has more freedom to move up front now. Dest tries to dribble. Dest still in possession and it goes outside. Throw in for us. Dest to Nico. Back to Nico. Are we in a double pivot or something? I really can't tell because Busquets and Nico, both defensive midfielders, very similar to one another. Not the same, mind you, similar. Coman doesn't look like, and even the team doesn't look like we have any intention of putting the game to bed by scoring another goal. Could be wrong, but it just doesn't look that way. Back to Ter Stegen. Dest. Dest to Griezmann. Getafe in possession. The Getafe keeper clears it forward. And it goes outside for a Barcelona throw-in. Barcelona on the ball, moving forward. Frankie de Jong Frankie to Araujo, back to Frankie. Frankie moving up front, goes long to Griezmann. Griezmann to Dest, Dest to Frankie again. Frankie de Jong involved in a lot of plays this match. A very good performance on his behalf. A shame that the scoreline doesn't prove it. Coutinho warming up. So is Umtiti. Are we gonna see 85-minute changes again? God knows. Barcelona back on the ball. Getafe interception, Getafe advancing. Getafe, and it's intercepted by Barcelona. Alba on the ball. Gavi goes down. Appeal for a foul, and it is given. Rightfully so. Foul by Jene. Completely uncalled for foul. Alba passes it back. Longley to Gavi. Gavi to Memphis. Nope, still Gavi, and another foul on him. Just like Ansu last season, looks like Gavi is gonna be manhandled by the rough Getafe players this match. Shameful style of play, fully extended arms, just shoving Gavi, making him fall. I wonder how they look themselves in the mirror at night. Depay with a free kick. Depay goes short. Now there's a long pass. And a goal by Araujo, but it appears he might be offside. Is he offside? Yes, he is offside. Both Griezmann was offside too. A shame. Could have been a stab to end the game. Barcelona have had 2 offsides compared to Getafe's 1. A throw-in for Barcelona in their own half. And it looks like we're gonna see some more substitutions. Jene off for Getafe. And Oscar Mingueza is gonna be on for Barcelona. But who is he replacing? Mingueza replaces Griezmann. Another extremely defensive approach. Koeman definitely wants to waste the remaining 7 minutes and added time. Fully defensive team right now, Barcelona. Barca have failed to impress very much. There was another attempt on goal by Memphis Depay. Pass by Mingueza to Dest. Dest who crossed it in. And brilliant footwork by Memphis Depay, who tried to incorporate a bit of skill, but it was off target over the crossbar. Barcelona still posing a threat. Frankie on the ball just outside Getafe penalty box. Alba in, a cross in, but no one to receive it. Barcelona intercept. Roberto on the ball. In a dangerous position. Dest on the ball. Dest to Roberto. Roberto to Oscar Mingueza. So confusing. So many defenders on the field. Long lay up front. Not really sure what Alba tried to do there. And the flag is raised for being offside for Getafe. And Barca will have a free kick. Oh! It looks like the Getafe player went down due to Longlay's finger touching him. What a dive. Getafe with a pass inside Barca's penalty box and it goes outside. A wasted chance for Getafe, thankful for us. Ricky Puig just watching the match as usual, biting his fingernails, nothing better to do. Antoine Griezmann disaster class once again, but as I said, he needs a dedicated right winger because he can't maintain width. Getafe on the counter-attack. Barca have been far from impressive this match. Frankie de Jong on the ball. Frankie de Jong still on the ball. Dribbles past three men. Gavi on the ball. Gavi a bit confused. Passes to nobody. Getafe intercept and try to launch a counter, but Barca defend the attack before it even starts. And it's Longley who does it. Free kick for Barcelona. Frankie de Jong rushes forward. Barca attacking from the left. Gavi. Gavi passes back to Alba. And a long shot by Nico that is off target. Wasn't called for. Who do you think? PK still instructing his teammates from the stands, instilling some morale in them. Getafe goalkeeper goes long. Threat neutralized by Barca. Ball to Ter Stegen. Getafe back on a counter, but again, once again, defended by Barça. And it goes outside for a goal kick after ricocheting off of a Getafe forward. 5 minutes of added time, and we clutch another 3 points. Coman evidently made it clear that we're not looking to score more goals, we just wanna hang on to the scoreline. Getafe on the ball, defended by Barça. The Getafe forward goes down. Free kick for Getafe taken quickly. Too quick, says the referee, and they start again. Barca forming a wall, an impromptu wall. Getafe threads it in, and it is cleared outside by Nico. A throw-in for Getafe. They start from relatively back. A long pass to the right of the Barca's penalty box. Threat isn't over. Another through pass attempt and thwarted by the Barca defense. A brilliant clearance. Memphis contesting for the ball up front, doesn't win. He's literally the sole forward on the game, in the game right now. Getafe on the counter. Getafe with a free kick. Getafe passing. Getafe still on the counter. A long pass and intercepted by Dest. Roberto fighting for the ball, and it goes outside. Last 2.5 minutes of added time. Throw in for Barcelona. Wasting a bit of time there. A literal clash between two clusters of players donning different jerseys, and Frenkie de Jong goes down after, oh my god, after a tremendous challenge by the Getafe number 23. It wasn't even a challenge, it was a blatant shove. Not something new which we've seen tonight. Busquets with a pass, deflected. Getafe, long ball, pass back to Ter Stegen. Repetitive, we've seen that 100 times this match. Alba on the ball, Alba passes back. Longley goes long. Not aiming for anybody in particular. Getafe cleared the ball outside for a Barcelona throw-in. Last 1 minute of added time. Barcelona taking all the time they want for the throw-in. Alba scouting for a player. Alba throws it in. De Jong. De Jong to Depay. Depay to Gavi. Gavi to Roberto. Dispossessed. Another clearance. Longley in possession. Longley passes to Depay. Depay to Alba. Alba with tons of space. Alba with a direct shot attempt, but saved by the Getafe goalkeeper. Last 20 seconds of added time. Getafe keeper goes long for the thousandth time this match. Oh, Getafe in a deadly position, but deflected and intercepted by Barça defense, and now in possession of Ter Stegen. Last 5 seconds, and undoubtedly we've won this match. 95 minutes and full time is called. Yes, guys, pretty unimpressive matchup by FC Barcelona. Nonetheless, we clutched the victory, and yeah, nothing else to say. Memphis Depay, the man of the match. Um, yeah, a pretty disappointing match to see Coman not fixing his errors in the match itself and just taking a defensive approach for more than 25 minutes of the second half, not trying to create anything more, just holding on for dear life to a 1 goal margin. Won't work against big teams, not uncharacteristic of Coman. And he didn't really resolve the Griezmann situation from last game. I don't know where he's heading or what his intentions are. But yes, what can we do? Pretty disappointing match. But my scoreline prediction came true. So, yeah, that's it for us. A victory in a disappointing matchup, but a victory nonetheless. That's gonna be it from my end. So, Forza Barça, Vica el Barça.